everyone, and welcome back to my channel for 2015. Oh my gosh, I am so excited that 2015 is finally here. I just have such an incredible feeling about this year. I feel like it's going to be a really incredible year for me, and I'm so excited to get it started. So I thought a fun video to kick off 2015 would be a video about how to achieve your goals. Around this time of year, everyone tends to make resolutions, and it's pretty much like a thing that no one ever keeps their resolutions. So instead of making resolutions, I like to make goals for myself and just work towards achieving those goals. And I thought I would give you some of my tips on how I'm going to work towards achieving those goals without giving up on them. So let's go ahead and hop into it. So my very first step is sort of obvious, but it's just to identify specifically what your goals are and then to write them down. Write them down somewhere where you're going to get to see them, or somewhere where you are going to look often, or somewhere where you at least know where they are so that you can look back on them. So for me, I decided to write them on my chalkboard wall because that's something that I see absolutely every day. I could have written it in my planner, I could have written it in my journal, I could have put it on a poster so that when I wake up in the morning, it's what I see on my wall. Just put it somewhere where it's going to stay fresh in your mind and you won't lose track of it. And by writing down your goals, you're going to be able to identify specifically what they are, which is super important. It's not just going to be some random thing. So let me give you an example. One of my goals for 2015 is to grow my channel to 500,000 subscribers. And so I'm not just saying, I want to grow my channel, I want my channel to be bigger, something like that. I'm giving myself a specific goal of something that I want to reach during 2015. My next tip is to give yourself goals that you can actually achieve during 2015. Don't give yourself something so completely outrageous, like I want to be, for me this would be outrageous, I want to be an astronaut and I want to go to space during 2015. That's just not an obtainable goal. If for whatever reason I did want to be an astronaut, I could say during 2015 I want to enroll at NASA, or I don't know, whatever you do to become an astronaut. I guess that wasn't a good example because I don't really know anything about that. But just give yourself something that is obtainable but still challenging. And don't be afraid to throw some silly goals in there too. Like something else I included on my goals list is to have more solo dance parties. So that means just like me alone in my apartment dancing, because it makes you feel awesome, it's a lot of fun, and it's just, you know, it's something so easy. A few other really easy ones I gave myself is to read more. That's something so simple. To write more. So I'm writing my journal and writing stories and writing things like that. You know, like, give yourself things that are also not going to be such a burden on you. And then of course there's the dreaded goal that everyone gives themselves every year, and that is to get in shape. This is of course one of my goals this year because it's everyone's goal every year. So I don't really know how to achieve this because I've never really done it, but I think a good way of going about it is to find a buddy. Like Tara and I both decided that we wanted to get in shape this year, so once a week we are going to go on a hike together, which is like a really good start. So we're going to go on a hike and then we're going to go get lunch, and it's a great way because we get to like hang out, spend time together, so it won't feel like such a burden, and we're still working towards one of our goals. So make a friend, have a buddy who you can work on your goals with, and I think that'll make it a little bit more bearable. My next tip is to stay positive about your goals. I know this may seem sort of cliche or obvious, but if you start to get discouraged because all of a sudden it's June or July and you still haven't gotten near to one of what your goals are, stay positive about it because you still have 6 months to go. Even if it's next December and you haven't achieved it, stay positive and don't beat yourself up if you don't reach that goal, as long as you know that you tried your hardest to get there. Some things are completely out of your control. For example, the one goal that I mentioned, getting 500,000 subscribers, that is totally out of my control. The most that I could do is to upload consistently and to work really hard on my channel. I can't control who subscribes to me, who doesn't subscribe to me. Some of those things are just out of your power. So as long as you know that you did everything you possibly could to make that goal happen, whether it happens or not is sort of irrelevant. My next tip is to not be afraid to go back and revisit and revise the goals that you set out for yourself. I know this may sound a little weird, but for example, if it is July and I am nowhere near 500,000 subscribers and it just doesn't look like I'm going to get there, then I shouldn't be afraid to go back and say, okay, let's make this a more realistic goal now that I know how this year is going. So I think it's a really good idea to once a month go back, look at your progress, see how you've been doing, and then don't be afraid to change up your goals. It doesn't matter if your goals are the same in the beginning of the year as they are at the end of the year. I know my goals in the beginning of 2015 are totally different than what my goals are now, 1 year later, or would have been 2 months ago when it was still 2014. So don't be afraid to just realize that sometimes things don't work out, and it's totally fine if you want to take a step back and say, okay, that wasn't as realistic as I thought it was. Let's change that up. And my last tip is to celebrate your everyday successes. This is super important because if you're constantly beating yourself up, then more than likely you are never going to achieve your goals because you just don't have a positive outlook on it, and you're just going to get so exhausted with yourself. So for example, if one of your goals is to eat more healthy, don't be afraid to splurge every once in a while. Reward yourself. If you ate healthy the whole week and it's Friday and everyone is ordering dessert at dinner, order yourself some dessert. Treat yourself every once in a while. You don't have to be so hard on yourself. Give yourself a break and allow yourself to be rewarded for all the hard work you're doing. Celebrate every small success you have and celebrate every step toward achieving your goal. There's nothing wrong with being proud of the work that you're doing. I don't care if people say that it makes you look stuck up or it makes you look full of yourself. If you want to celebrate something that you worked really hard towards and you want to talk about it, or you want to, just make it a big deal because it's a big deal to you, then do that. Don't let anyone make you feel like that's an inappropriate response. If it's something that you really wanted to do and you achieved it, or you made a huge step towards achieving it, celebrate that. And anyone who makes you feel bad for that totally isn't worth your time anyway. And that is it for my tips on how to achieve your 2015 goals. I hope that you found this video helpful. I am certainly going to be using these tips that I just gave you so that I can achieve all my goals for 2015. Please let me know in the comments section what your biggest goal for 2015 is. I would love to hear it. Also, please leave requests for videos for 2015 down in the comment section because I want to know what you guys want to see up on my channel this coming year. I love you all so much. I hope you had an incredible New Year's, and I will see you on Saturday with a new video. Bye! Hey, Mom.
Good day, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm filming. Can I call you back in like 15?
Yeah, I just wanted to tell you that I bought Sam's cake. Okay?
Okay, cool. I'll call you in like 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, love you. Sammy's coming to LA. Sammy's coming to LA.